In today's video, we are 100%ing Magic Rampage. And to do that, we're going to need to clear all 44 levels, find 144 secret areas, collect all 132 diamonds, and unlock 88 achievements. All of which is going to take 68 hours of pure grind and suffering. So before we start, hype up the video, it helps a ton. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, kicking things off, we get to pick our class. You've got your usual ones, Paladin, Warrior, Mage, and so on. I'm obviously going with the Black Mage. Come on, mages are always busted. We also get to customize the eyes, color, and even the gloves. The game drops the opening story. A warlock invaded the castle, and he's gonna be the main villain. We grab our first set of armor and jump into chapter 1. This start is just me figuring out the game's mechanics, the movement, how to jump, how to walk, all the basic stuff. And as you can see, I'm already grabbing these diamonds. There are 3 in total on the levels, and for the 100% run, I gotta snag every single one. Besides the diamonds, there are also secret areas scattered around the map we have to explore. And of course, we need to find all of those too. Moving on, we open this blue chest and get our first weapon, popping our first achievement. For now, it's just this crappy throwing knife. But as we level up, we're gonna get some seriously badass weapons. Up ahead, there's this wooden box, but we can just destroy it with the knife. Right after that is our first enemy, and killing it nets us the Kill a Zombie achievement. So I finished the level, and as you can see, I didn't find any of the secret areas. There are 2 in total, but at least I got the 3 diamonds. Welp, time to run it back and find those 2 secrets I left behind. The first one was right near the start. Just had to break this wooden box and we could slip right into the secret area. The second one was way up top, but you can't reach that high with a normal jump. For that, we need to equip this Jumpman armor, which gives us a massive high jump and lets us grab that second secret. With that, we actually finish the level and head to the next. In the second level, we grab our first diamond and hit the secret area, no sweat. You can already see there are more zombies spawning, but so far, it's still pretty easy. There's also this red button we have to hit to open up the path. This is a mechanic we'll see a lot, but right now, it's super simple. I guarantee in the later levels, these buttons are going to be hidden in some crazy spots. Then there's this dude who's supposed to help us. The goal was to protect him and keep him alive, but I completely failed and just let the guy get wrecked. Turns out he's a super important story character and he was supposed to survive. But don't worry, I'll come back for this later. Now we've got this reinforced wooden box. You can't destroy this one, but you can push it around. We can use it to climb on top of stuff that's too high, or just leave it on top of those buttons to hold them down permanently. Continuing through the level, we snag another achievement, this time for nailing an enemy in the head, a headshot. And obviously, when you hit a headshot, it does way more damage. It was basically a one-tap, and he was dead. And just like that, we clear the stage, grabbing all the collectibles. Right after that, we go to this yellow, kind of golden room. Every time you unlock an achievement, you can come here to claim a reward. For now, these early, easy achievements just give us gold, but later on, we'll be getting armor and weapons as rewards. After that, I headed to the shop just to see what they had, and as you can see, there's a ton of armor and weapons to buy, but I'm completely broke right now, so I couldn't buy anything. Let's just dip and get back to the farm. Down here in this secret area, there's a blue chest, but unfortunately, I don't have a key to open it. I had to just leave it behind. There's actually an achievement for getting it, but since I was keyless, I'll have to worry about that later. We keep pushing forward and run into this purple zombie. The main difference with this guy is that he can attack from a distance by throwing his weapon at us. We finished that level, and now we've got our first bonus stage. The main goal here is just to get more gold. The catch is we can't attack. We don't have any weapons. So to break these vases, we either have to push them or bait the enemies into shooting and hitting the vases for us. After making one of the zombies attack this wall and clear the path, we get another achievement for finding the secret area. And every time I finish a level, the game shoves me back into the shop, trying to get me to buy something. This guy hasn't realized I'm still broke. Look at this, I've only got 20,000 coins. If I spend that, I'll be completely tapped out. So we're just heading to the next level with the gear we've got. Now there's this new character, this girl, and she tells us the warlock is heading for the king's sector, so we gotta hurry up and catch him. Here, I swapped to this light-based weapon. It's way stronger than what I had, and even though it's not the element I want to play, it's a clear upgrade. So for now, we'll use it. At the end of the level, the girl stands on this rock that's visibly cracking, super smart, and just falls right into a pit. We can't save her, so we just have to leave her behind and finish the level alone. In the 5th level, instead of the usual horizontal scrolling, this one is a vertical climb to the top. We meet a new enemy, this skeleton, and after killing it, we grab another achievement. Just gotta watch out for the fire traps. And reaching the top, we finish the level. And here we have another bonus stage, and of course it also had to be a vertical climb. On this one, as you can see, you can't hit all the areas because once you climb up these platforms, there's no going back. You have to pick which path you're gonna take and just hope it's the one with the better reward. In the 6th level, this thing, or monster, I don't know what the fuck is that, but he shows up and teaches us our first magic spell. Just like that, we get an achievement for unlocking our class's special ability. As you can see, we shoot these black magic fireballs, and whenever we have darkness type gear equipped, this ability gets stronger. Yeah, we're definitely focusing on this dark build. So we continue the level, learning how to use this new skill. One cool thing is we have this rune. Every time we press it, it instantly uses the special ability. We can do the combo input, which is like 3 arrows to the side and the attack button. But this rune makes it way faster to use the special, especially when you're about to die. And right here, while trying to kill this skeleton, I tried to use the special ability, but I completely fumbled it and died for the first time. Yep, total noob move. Every time you die, they offer you a revive for gold. So just to test it, I used the gold, and I also unlocked an achievement for reviving. We used that reinforced box to hold down the button, and we pushed through the rest of the level. So we kept going, clearing everything and grabbing the secrets. And I died. Again. I realized I was still wearing the wrong armor. I swapped to something better, so I could actually tank these monsters. But I was still feeling way too weak, dying constantly. So I went back to the shop and bought this darkness type sword. With this, I'm gonna be way stronger, and should be able to kill these things much more easily. And now I can finally complete this level and get all the collectibles. Next, we find that dude again. Remember him from the beginning of the game? The one I let die? Well, he's back, but this time, as a ghost, because I was an idiot and let him get killed. Since he's a ghost, he can't help us or open this blue chest, which means I'm gonna have to come back here again later. I went to check out what other stuff the game has and found this weekly dungeon. And look, there's an area that shows the top players in the game, just absolute beasts with insane looking armor. I tried to do the weekly dungeon, but I was way too weak. I couldn't even kill this shit. I was barely doing any damage. So I just said, forget it. I'll come back later. Another thing that just unlocked is the skill tree. It's got a ton of skills we can unlock. Since I had barely any points, I could only grab this first one. But as we progress, we'll be able to get some really good skills. There's also this training area. Presumably you can practice the skills you've learned, but since I don't have many, I didn't waste any time here. And now I decided to go back to the 2nd level, the one with the guy I let die, because there's an achievement tied to him. After replaying the level without letting him die, we get the achievement for keeping him alive. But that's not enough, because there are still more achievements to unlock with him. Seriously, with this one guy alone, there must be at least 5 or 10 achievements. So redoing level 8 again, with him alive this time, gets us another achievement. But there's more. Besides just keeping him alive, I also have to listen to his story. I go into this level again, killed all the enemies so he doesn't die, and then walk back to the start of the level. And we finally get to hear his story, which unlocks the achievement. Moving on to the next level, we find the old shopkeeper, and he is immediately trying to get me to go back to his shop and buy more stuff. Honestly, this guy is desperate to squeeze me for cash. I just ignore him, finish the level, and grab all the collectibles. And now we've got our first boss, but I gotta be honest, I was kinda disappointed. I thought it was gonna be way cooler, you know, like that massive yellow skeleton in the background. But in the end, it was just this shit skull boss we had to kill. After taking him out, we got the achievement for beating the chapter 1 boss. Back at the shop, I bought this ring that's gonna help us out a lot. Since I was low on gold, I saved the rest for later. And now we have to be careful because there are these stone blocks, and every time you walk under them, they fall on you. So you gotta stay sharp. And I gotta say, this next level beat me up. It was freaking hard. I had to do this over and over to get all the diamonds and secret areas. And this was just the first level of chapter 2. Because next you've got these skeleton mages in red robes, and they hit hard. The secret areas in this one were also really tough to find. I had to look up a YouTube video showing where they all were. In the next level, this big guy shows up telling us to leave the castle and go to the Black Swamp, saying the warlock will be there. And for real, these levels are just getting harder and harder. I'm dying way too much just to pass them. So after this, I decided to check the shop for new gear. And they had this sickle. Look at this thing. It has insane damage, but the problem is it costs 300,000 gold, and I just don't have that kind of cash. So I thought about it and I decided to buy some coins. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys get pissed when I do this and spend money on the game, but don't worry, I'm spending just a little bit and I'm supporting the devs. It's fair. If I'm making money off them by making a video, I should at least help them out. After buying the coins, I immediately get an achievement. Yes, they have an achievement for spending money in the game. That is absurd. With that, I went on a shopping spree. I bought everything good, especially that sickle. I also bought an inventory expansion, which unlocked another trophy. Besides that, I got some others. First, I went to the skill tree, learned more skills, and unlocked another one. After that, back in the shop, we buy one more inventory expansion. But the third expansion costs 8 million gold. That's insane. Obviously, I didn't spend all that money, or I'd be broke again. The next one I got was for changing my class in the character editor. Pretty simple, only costs 30,000 gold. Alright, so I headed over to this next area, and this place was sick. The tavern. The cool part is you can meet other players here, play some mini games, and do some duels. I went up against this guy, and he absolutely steamrolled me. I didn't even stand a chance. These guys are way too OP, it's impossible. In the tavern, you can buy different potions that help a lot in duels and fights. And by buying one of these potions for another player, we get another achievement. Another cool thing this game has is a competitive mode. In it, we can challenge other players, but first, we need some experience. And to get that experience, we need to run these solo dungeons. So we start the solo dungeon, and as you can see, there are these points of light to pick up. They give us XP to level up. If you take any damage, you also lose points. And getting points is simple. Just kill enemies. Our goal in these dungeons is to get as many points as possible. I managed to level up to level 2, but right after, I died. Yep, died to this pile of crap. And every time you die, you lose a ton of points. And the most annoying part of restarting the level every time is waiting for this guy to stop talking. But anyway, I kept running these dungeons, leveling up until I hit level 3, and that unlocked challenge mode. Here, they give me 3 difficulty options: easy, medium, and hard. I picked the hardest one, because that's what gives the best rewards, and right away, I got another achievement for starting a match against another player in competitive mode. At the end, there's this mini boss to fight. It was pretty easy because I could just stand on this block and he couldn't hit me. And by finishing this dungeon, we get one more achievement for winning a match against a player in competitive mode. And then there was an achievement that was just super easy. I just had to lose a match against a player in this mode. So I just killed myself and got the trophy. After that, I decided to go for an achievement for finishing a weekly dungeon. Seemed simple enough. I started the dungeon, worked my way through. It was pretty long, especially these parts with these rats or whatever these things are. We had to break all these blocks, and there are so many blocks to break. After a long time, I finally reached the boss. I was just about to kill him, and the time ran out. I failed. Honestly, I was so pissed here because I wasted so much time. Probably like 10 minutes in that dungeon. Maybe 7, I don't know, but it was rough. I didn't even want to retry it and just went back to the main campaign. In this level, we've got that guy to help us again. And this time, I'm definitely going to be careful not to let him die. At the end of the level, after killing all the enemies, we get another achievement for keeping this guy alive. Yep, I told you he was an achievement factory. And look, we're not even done. there's still more. In the next level, there are these green platforms, and to stand on them, we have to use some kind of earth armor. Sometimes it's mandatory, like here, where I had to get this diamond, and the only way to get it was to climb on these platforms. Anyway, moving on, in the next level, I unlocked this supersonic ring. This thing is super important because some parts will be mandatory to use it, as it makes us incredibly fast. Finishing the level and heading back to the shop, now we have these runes that can be used to upgrade weapons and armor. So I immediately upgrade my sickle to the max level. And with that, we obviously get an achievement. And now I am stupid strong. I'm practically one-shotting every enemy. Seriously, this is completely broken. In this level, while I was looking for all the secret areas, we reached this peak and unlocked an achievement for reaching the highest point of the stage. There's also this little ghost here. Honestly, I have no idea what he's for. I tried to jump on him or something, but nothing happened. And even though he's trapped there, in the next stage, we find him. And after killing him, we get an achievement for killing a ghost. While I was playing through these levels, I died. And the game literally charged me 1,440,000 gold to revive. As soon as I bought gold, they jacked up the price 100 times. This used to cost like 10,000, 20,000 gold to revive. Now it's 1.4 million. It's literally proportional to the money you have. The bright side is, they do this so you can't just revive infinitely. This level had some slightly more complex puzzles to find all the diamonds and get all the chests. While I was doing it, I grabbed this little blue chest at the end, which gave us another achievement. But wait, there's more. In the bonus part of this level, we have this secret area where we can use a gold key. And after opening it, we get another achievement for get in this locked area. As you can see, this bonus stage had so much gold and so many chests. We hit the jackpot, got a ton of armor, so I just kept grinding and passing all these levels. The hardest part was getting all the diamonds, and especially the secret areas. Sometimes they were really hard to find. I had to watch YouTube videos and stuff, but after passing them, we reached this swamp where we'll fight our next boss, a gigantic spider. And I was so strong after upgrading my weapon that this spider didn't stand a chance. It was a few hits and it was dead. And just like that, we got another achievement for defeating it. After that, finishing chapter 2, we unlock this bank. Here we can deposit our items, deposit gold, and stuff. I just deposited a random item because upon depositing our first item, we unlock an achievement. I immediately withdrew it again to see if there was an achievement for that, but apparently it was just for depositing. After passing the first level of this chapter, which was super easy, no real tricks, just a straightforward level, we go to the shop and there are a ton of new items for us to buy, especially this Halloween themed stuff. And I grabbed this armor. Man, this one is super OP. It gives a ton of defense. And there's also this staff and this really cool ring. Seriously, after this, we're gonna be absolutely stacked. Obviously, I go and upgrade them all to the max level to make us even more broken. So I blew through all these levels easily because I'm pretty much one-shotting every enemy. And arriving at level 5, we have that guy. He is literally the achievement man. Every time we find him, you can expect an achievement is coming. Now with him, we have this new mechanic where we can tell him to stand on this button and then go grab the objective. I kind of let him die here, but luckily I could revive him with gold. And these parts with this light barrier, only he can break them so we can advance. So we really can't let him keep dying. Otherwise, we'll have to keep reviving him, wasting gold, and taking longer to pass the level. All right, so we finish this level and go to the next. And this next one has this new mushroom here that after we hit it, we can kind of infinitely jump, as you can see. And it's mandatory to reach certain areas, like this secret area. It's impossible to get up there if you don't use the mushroom. And this part here, as you can see, I tried so hard to get to this chest, but when I hit the button, the door closed too fast, and I couldn't reach the blue chest. The only way to pass this is by using the supersonic ring, because it makes you super fast and you can get there in time. And then there's this really annoying part where the game just puts a clone of us and it basically does does everything we do. If you hit, it'll hit you too. So you have to think strategically to kill it. I died the first time, but I got it afterward. Reaching stage 9 of chapter 3, we get to this area with these spiky balls, and you have to be careful, man, because this stuff does a ton of damage and it can end up getting you stuck in a corner and killing you. So you gotta be smart. Reaching this area here, we have this sorcerer trapped in this cage, and after freeing him, we get another achievement. We advance with him, clearing these light barriers, and at the end, we have this boss, this giant purple monster, and he just stood no chance because I'm way too strong. This weapon hits once and kills these guys. And killing him, we get an achievement for killing a giant. Advancing with this sorcerer to the next level, we reach this end, and we discover that he is in fact that warlock from the beginning of the game. So we're gonna have to fight this bastard. The guy is such a backstabber, so treacherous, and again, the fight is just so easy. Like, the guy doesn't even have a chance, and obviously there's an achievement for killing him. And then his staff starts to suck us into a portal, taking us to another dimension. After that, this post-credit scene starts to roll, showing the game's creators and all. So the game probably only had 3 chapters of the main story at first, but they added more chapters, because in the game right now, there are 5. So we jump into this portal to start the 4th chapter, and here, as you can see, we're in space. You can see this planet in the distance. I don't know what planet that is, but there are also these clouds and stuff. Honestly, I thought the level design for this stage was beautiful. It's really top-notch. You can feel there's been a huge evolution from the last chapters. The game is just getting better and better looking. And this level is pretty easy. It has these parts here with these little creatures that make us jump higher, and we use them to cross over to the other side. And here at the end, we have this character saying we did everything wrong, that we did exactly what the king wanted, which was to bring that little girl here. So he's gonna help us from now on. And the shop guy keeps harassing me to buy this inventory expansion that costs 8 million. Are you crazy? I'm never gonna buy that. My God, it's too expensive. It's too much gold. And I don't even have it anymore. I spent it all. I only have 2.8 million now. I'd have to buy another pack with real money to get that expansion. He really wants to extort me. Seriously. But just so I don't make him too sad, I bought this essence, which basically turns a neutral piece of equipment into a specific element. In this case, darkness. And I use it on this ring of mine that didn't have an element, and now with the darkness element, it's gonna be way stronger. And here, I just made a huge screw up, man. While I was playing, I paused the recording to go eat, stretch my legs, you know? And when I came back, I went to record again, and I just recorded a black screen. I was recording with OBS and accidentally switched the scene, and I've got this black screen in the video. So, like, it was 2 hours recorded with a black screen not showing the game. It's sad. Sorry, guys. So we're gonna skip ahead here to level 9 of chapter 4, because I lost the recording of everything else, but at least not much important happened. In the middle of that lost recording, I also fought this dragon boss, which is so sick, honestly. Even though he was weak compared to me, because this weapon is just too strong, seriously, it's doing so much damage, but to actually damage him, first we have to destroy this staff on the side and then hit him. Then it's pretty easy, just kill him. With the amount of damage I'm doing, it was just like 3 or 4 hits to kill him. Real easy. After that, the staff starts to follow us. First, it collects these fragments from the dragon's bones, and now it starts collecting these blue parts from these things that shock us. So it starts removing all these barriers and clearing a path for us to get through. Moving on, we go a bit into the past before the level starts, showing this character her story. This guy starts saying the dragon has awakened. Then we go back to the present and find that sorcerer again and start to battle him. And after we take down all his health, he just turns into this giant monster. And if you thought this battle was gonna be hard, no. I killed him super easily. Afterward, this little guy shows up saying that even though we changed the past, nothing happened. I got a little confused. I wasn't paying that much attention to the story, but in this part, we were in the past, so after killing the warlock again, that must be it. But anyway, after that, we get an achievement for joining the king. And now, for us to start the next levels, we have to like stand in this black hole, this black orb, that will take us to the stage. And starting the level, we have this woman sitting on the throne, and this golden and white guy appears, and you can't kill him. We have to either lose on purpose or more try, but it's impossible to hit him. Sooner or later, you're gonna get hit. And after he hits you, you're teleported somewhere else. And we go to this underground area. Climbing to the top, we get in achievements and also find the skill tree from the beginning of the game. And this guy says we need to recover a key that was stolen by the mountain monsters. So we get it by killing the monsters and come back to this tree again. And the guy says we have to meet his father who's down below and he'll help us. And getting there, we find this woman. And she says that after we killed the warlock, the king attacked his own castle. So we keep going until we find the guy's dad. And this area has a bunch of these mini bosses, but nothing too hard. You can kill them pretty easily. And at the end, we find his dad and move on to the next level. And now we're in this sewer part. There's this green liquid. To get past it, we need to close the pipe. There are some parts where we need to close them in a specific order to get through. The most annoying part was this one. It took me a bit to understand how to pass. And to get through, you have to do it in the order that's written on the stone. And at the end, we have this boss who died in a few hits. So weak. I think the only real challenge in this game is playing against other players, because the enemies here are just so weak, especially when I'm this strong with these weapons. But anyway, we keep going, doing these little puzzles until we finally get out of the sewer. And here, as you can see, there's this red thing, and we can't hit it. We can't kill it normally. For that, we need to make it hit these bombs, and then I can kill it. And there's also this giant warrior here who didn't take damage at first. To kill him, you first need to grab this yellow diamond, and that like removes his protection, and then it's just one hit to kill him. And at the end, there's another boss, which is this sorcerer. Looks like an orc from World of Warcraft, and he was a little annoying to kill because first we need to hit this green crystal, and then we can damage him. And then, yes, we finally reach the last level of the game. At least the last one that's been released so far, because from what I've seen, it looks like they're going to release another level, but who knows when that's coming out. But for now, this is what we have. And here, something really confusing happens with the story. There are multiple timelines. The guy goes back in the past, goes to the future, comes back to the present. To be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to the story. I was focused more on the gameplay, you know? But from what I saw, it seems like there's a corrupt copy of the king. And it's in this level that we have a new mechanic, which is this super skill. It charges up over time, and to use it, you just press and hold the attack button for a few seconds. And we need it to get through these yellow parts, these yellow blocks. And for me, this was one of the coolest levels in the game because of this mechanic. There are some parts that are just so awesome. There are these yellow things that can redirect our attacks, and some enemies we can only kill using this mechanic, because when you attack them directly, they end up hiding and the attack doesn't hit. And this level is long. It has several different mini bosses. The devs did a really good job here. And going further down, we reach this ice part, unlocking another achievement. And here we have to be careful because there are these things that shoot ice at us, leaving us frozen and super slow. And if you're not careful, you end up dying, because when you're on this stuff, you slide around a lot, slipping and dying. And at the end, it just had to be a giant ice monster for us to kill. It keeps shooting this ice that goes back and forth, so you have to be careful or you'll take a ton of damage. And to kill it, we have to use our super skill. It was a little time consuming to kill him, but it was pretty chill. And after that, we reach this part with a lake of blood with this big thing with red eyes saying it can kill us easily if it wants to. And the game shows that there are more levels to be released, so the story isn't over yet. And with that, I also got an achievement for watching this bonus scene at the end of the game. The Steam notification didn't pop up here. I don't know why, but I got the achievement. And now, as you might have noticed, I haven't gotten 100% of the game. It's stuck at 99%. And the reason for that is because I left something behind. I probably missed a diamond somewhere. But I'm not going to get it right now. I'm going to do a few other things before I go back to those levels. But first, this guy starts showing us a bunch of maps, different areas of the game, and teaching us some mechanics. And these areas are mainly used for duels against other players. There are some parts with some potions and stuff, and after killing all the enemies in all the areas, we get through this. And then I even tried to see if I could kill someone in a duel to get the achievement, but there was no way. These guys were so addicted. I could barely land a hit on any of them. So I just gave up and went after the next one. First, I just maxed out all the skills I had to level up in the skill tree. And now we're going after those weekly dungeons. And my objective here is simple. I just have to complete the weekly challenge. And for that, I just need to get a certain score. Pretty simple. So I went through it, and this time I took so much damage. I lost a ton of points, mainly because it was my first time on this map, so I was kind of a noob, didn't know what to do. But that's fine because my objective here is simple. It's just to get a score so I can get this achievement. And at the end of this dungeon, there's this giant green spider. And this one, I found it a little hard to figure out how to kill it because it wasn't taking any damage. Until I realized that to kill it, we first have to destroy these, and after destroying all those targets, then we can hit and kill it. Finishing this dungeon, I got an achievement for completing the weekly challenge. And then I kept replaying this dungeon over and over to see if I could get a better score, because there's a trophy that's really hard where I have to get a super high score. The max I got was 2,600. I think I need to get like 8,000, 10,000 to get that achievement, and unfortunately, I couldn't get it because it's just too hard. I'd have to practice a lot. So I just skipped that part and went to the next. And then I went to the tavern and got some super easy achievements. First, I added a friend and got that achievement. Real simple. And then one for challenging a friend to a duel. And here, I actually thought the guy was gonna let me win, just stand still while I killed him, but he just wanted to troll me and show off how good he was. Because when I was about to kill him, the dude started moving and grabbing a bunch of potions and just killed me instantly. Seriously, either I'm a massive noob or this guy is just a god. And now we have one of the most annoying trophies in the game, and one of the rarest, which is this one. It's just absurd. For this, I have to play this dart minigame. Everyone knows this game, right? And to get the achievement, I have to get a score above 990,000. That is almost perfect because the max is 1 million. And seriously, I tried this for so long, so many attempts. In fact, a bunch of guys were passing by watching me play and saying, let's see if you can get it, stuff like that. But I didn't give up. I kept trying for a long time. And there were some moments where I got so close. I managed to get 989,000 points. Man, I was 1,000 points short of the score I needed. That was devastating. But after a long time, many attempts, and a lot of patience, I finally got this trophy. You can't beat a patient man. And with that, I even got the highest score in the room. I got 992,000 points. I don't know if this is the score for this specific room, or for the day, or the hour. I don't know what it is. And after that, yes, I went for the 100%. And it was this level where I left a diamond behind. So I just replayed it real easy. And I don't even know how I left this diamond behind because this level is so easy and the diamonds are right there. They're in such an obvious spot. But completing this and getting all those diamonds, we finally get 100% in Magic Rampage. As you can see on the screen, we are at 100%. But wait, the video's not over yet. I'm gonna do a few more achievements for you. And the next achievement I went after was a really easy one. I just had to go to the bonus level of Stage 1, Chapter 2, real simple, and then I accessed this secret area and got the achievement. And for the next one, I went into this new mode, this survival mode. I thought this was really cool. Basically, as the name says, I have to survive as long as possible, killing as many enemies as I can. And right in the first level, after killing 50 enemies, we get an achievement. And as you can see, there are several maps to unlock. You just have to hit that number of kills on the previous map and you unlock them. Some of them are super easy, like this one for example. I just had to keep jumping, killing enemies. There was no way for me to die there unless I just let the enemy hit me. But there was nothing in the map, like those little fires falling on me, so it was really chill. But there were some that were really hard that I died a few times before I got it, especially this one you're seeing, because so many enemies come and I can't just stay in one specific area, standing still just shooting at them. I have to move around more. So this part was a little more annoying and difficult, but it's nothing terrible. With a little time, you can get it. And in this fifth map, while I was opening this blue chest, I got this weapon. It's this giant hammer, which gave me another achievement. And this part, I'm gonna have to repeat a lot because there are still 2 more secret weapons to unlock and achievements related to them. But for now, let's finish here, unlocking all the maps and 1 more achievement. After that, yes, I went back to this stage 5 looking for 1 more rare item. And this time, it's this flip-flop. And it took a little while to get this sandal. I had to repeat this level several times, opening the chest over and over. I think it was, I don't know, 15 minutes until it dropped. So, okay, that's fine. I got that achievement. But the next one, this Lost Saber, which is a reference to Star Wars, was way harder. I tried on this map, map 5, but after like 20 minutes of trying, I realized I was doing it wrong, that this wasn't the right map to get it. I had to go to this other one and then farm this chest. This one was way easier because I could just repeat it over and over right at the start of the level. I didn't have to pass any enemies, but it still took a long time to drop. I think it was, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes of grinding until I got this weapon. For a moment, I really wondered if it was even possible to get it because I tried for so long, but I didn't give up and I kept trying until finally I got it and unlocked the achievement. And now to finish it up, I got all the other achievements related to that dude from before. They were really simple achievements. I just had to reach an area, listen to what he had to say, or access a specific secret area. There was even one where I had to listen to what the king had to say, which I skipped at the beginning. But anyway, these achievements are really easy. It's just replaying all these levels, real simple. And now, yes, after all of that, we finally finish the 100% of Magic Rampage, and we end the video here. Yes, I know you guys are going to be pissed now because there's more to do. There are more achievements, there's the 102% of the game, but let me tell you, this is insanely time-consuming and insanely difficult. There are some achievements that are just absurd. Look at this one. I have to get 1,000 kills in survival mode. This one isn't that hard. There are some maps that are easy, but it takes so long. There's also this one where I have to get an absurd score in those weekly dungeons. And of course, the hardest of all, getting 102% of the game. And for that, we need to do every single level again without taking any damage. Yes, no damage, no hits. If you take one hit, you have to restart everything. And that's why I didn't do it, man. It would take way too long. You guys would be without a video for weeks. But that's not all. There's one more achievement that is just insane. I don't know why they put this in here, which is to become global top 1 of the game. Yes, top 1. This, there's just no way. It's insane. Like, I'm never gonna get this. Do you guys really think I'm ever gonna be top 1 of this game? You can't. There's no way. It's one guy who gets to be top 1, not a bunch of people. So this, there's just no way. But I'm gonna make a promise to you because I know you guys really like this game. You asked for it a lot, and there were some guys telling me to do the 102%. So if you want it, if you really like the game and you leave a ton of likes, seriously, smash that like button down below and comment a lot asking. I will bring a part 2 of this video doing the 102%. At least the 102% I'll do, and I'll try to get as many achievements as possible. So if you want it, leave a like and comment down below if you want it. I'll read all the comments, I'll take a look, and I'll think about it. If you guys really want it, I'll do it, all right? Anyway, the video ends here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.